Today we're going to have our first lesson on trying to find mu, the population mean. So the question is that we're going to ask a question of a population and we want to know what the mean is. So for example, let's say during quarantine, we're curious about the number of TV shows Californians have binge watched on Netflix. So I'm not saying hours, I'm saying number of shows, okay? So you can imagine that we could get a little bit of everything when we sample everyone. So the first thing I want to talk about is a population distribution. Okay, so I'm just going to abbreviate it, but this stands for population distribution. So if I were to ask everyone in the state of California, what we'd get is we'd get a little bit of everything. Maybe we've got a few people who haven't watched any, a few people who've watched a few shows. And we could, again, have kind of like, imagine like a cityscape where you could have, really anything. And as I'm drawing this, I'm realizing that for histograms, bars touch. So let's go ahead and throw some extra bars in there. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun. Boom, 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 boom. Great. Okay. But are you guys seeing it looks like a cityscape? You get a little bit of everything. However, you'll also notice that my shape is still somewhat normal. Okay. All right. Now, somewhere in the middle is our mu, our population mean. All right. Now, we can't ask everybody because everyone's not going to respond. So instead, we ask a sample. So this is the distribution of one sample. So distribution of one sample. So let's say I ask, 500 people. And let's say that what I get is something that looks like this. Okay, awesome. Now you'll notice this one had a lot more spread. I had a little bit of everything. This, I'm still getting a little bit of everything, but not as much spread. So that's what we are expecting to see when I have a distribution of a sample, is I'm going to have not as much spread. Okay. Somewhere in the middle, though, because it's still normal-ish, somewhere in the middle, I should have my mean of my sample, which is x bar. Now, what we want to know is x bar equal to mu? Okay, that's the big thing, because if I can't ask everybody to find out the mean, I'm hoping I can ask a sample, and I'm hoping that that mean and the sample mean and the population mean will be similar. All right. Here comes the interesting idea, which is called a sampling distribution. So what happens if we ask a lot of samples? Okay, so that will be part 2 of our video, is looking at a sampling distribution. So here we have population distribution, long and wacky, mu's in the middle-ish. Distribution of one sample, a little less spread, x bars in the middle, and we want to know if the two means are going to match.